Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've got 3 stories to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo hot jam. I'll start with this one from the Crypto Basic. XRP becomes 3rd largest holding in Bitwise index fund with 3.2% weight after relisting. And folks, this is glorious. Now that XRP does have legal clarity, we've seen a fair bit of this, haven't we? Not just XRP getting relisted on exchanges, but getting thrown into crypto funds. Either funds that it was removed from or funds that for the first time are adding it. We've seen both of those scenarios. Look, XRP is a finite asset. There's only so much of it. In fact, it's deflationary. The deflation is coded into the damn thing. That's not even true of Bitcoin. I mean, it's effectively, ultimately deflationary once all the Bitcoin's out there just by the nature of people losing it, but you don't have that coded into it. XRP, it's even coded into it. So both are true. Yes, people lose XRP and keys get lost and stuff like that, but also it's coded into it. With each transaction, there's less XRP every single day. There is less XRP in existence than the day before. And so you have all of these dynamics and you have more and more money flowing in. We're at a point before crypto markets are really crazily taken off, even though honestly it's been a great 2023 for crypto markets. It really has. But we haven't seen the euphoria. We haven't seen the new all-time highs. But understand right now, the firms are positioning themselves. And if you're listening right now in October of 2023, congratulations, because the vast majority of people, even though it would be in their best interest to be paying attention to what's happening in crypto, most people that were here during the hype of 2021 have left. So kudos to you as always for paying attention to what's going on here. But you are smart because you are positioned and aware of what's going on when the rest of the world is just sleeping on all this. Almost nobody's paying attention. I seriously mean it. That's why I say it fairly frequently lately. I mean it. Congratulations, kudos to you. You deserve the credit for paying attention to all of this. So there was that. And then there's also this headline. Again, we can talk about this from Cryptopolitan. Bitcoin core developer ditches Lightning. What's the drama? And it's just so fascinating. You know, when it comes to Bitcoin, my God, it is the worst layer 1 technology in existence. And I'm pro Bitcoin. I'm just speaking in terms of reality. It's the least technologically sufficient. On layer 1, try to buy something with it. Try. It doesn't work, right? And so everybody's been counting on layer 2 to actually just work. And in this case, for most people, in most people's minds, it means the Lightning Network. But there's just roadblock after roadblock after roadblock on this stuff. And there's some major negative news circulating about there actually being a backdoor in Lightning. I want to address that also. In terms of being able to get in and actually steal funds, this or that, I need to address that. But either way, despite all of this, and it does seem very clearly to be the case, like Lightning Network, it's not exactly working out of the box. There's already a solution. You know what the solution is? It's XRP and the XRP ledger. You can use that as though it were a layer 2 technology. Look, we're not maximalists out here, right? The vast majority of us, right? And if the Bitcoiners weren't maximalists, they'd recognize, hey, we love Bitcoin. It's great. People are adopting. It's the most adopted crypto on the entire damn planet. But we could use that XRP ledger thing that we've been bashing to actually make it work better. Use it as though it's a layer 2. And they can't bring themselves to do it. And then there's this headline also from the Crypto Basic. Ripple CEO, we believe that XRP is efficient in many use cases, but we are not maximalist. And I also want to note here, let's just set the table here. There's this article, and I talked about this. This is from, a little over a week ago, October 15th. Ripple's win elevates XRP with Hong Kong's top crypto index inclusion. This is just to set the table here. I'll be brief on this. Hong Kong Virtual Asset Consortium has thrust XRP into the spotlight by welcoming it into the exclusive fold of its virtual asset index. The announcement came as a watershed moment for the cryptocurrency as it secured 6.94% share in the HKVAC cryptocurrency global large top 5 index and equal weight index. And so folks, this is actually a major one by the way. And again, you're going to continue to see more and more of this. And this directly impacts supply and demand dynamics for XRP. XRP ran to almost $4 almost 6 years ago when it hit its all-time high. And that was when there were fewer than 700,000 XRP accounts in existence. There are now nearly 5 million. It's a matter of time. XRP is going to hit a new all-time high. I firmly believe anyway. And I can't say that definitively. I always acknowledge that. I could be wrong and XRP goes to 0. I do not know. But that is what I firmly believe is the most probable. And it seems to me that the smart money's counting on that too. That's why these institutions, they're not just counting on Bitcoin, which is purported by many to be the safest and smartest bet in crypto. Well, these people, even if they believe that, they're putting money in XRP. And frankly, the cryptocurrencies that make it that have less money in them now, they're going to yield much greater results than the ones that have more money in them. That would be XRP, which is why for me, XRP is the sweet spot when it comes to investing in crypto. It's tried and true. It's tested. It's been around for over a decade. It's been attacked for over a decade. No hack has ever been successful on it. The technology just works. The encryption works. And it's just chugging along. You could throw everything at it, including the kitchen sink, the SEC attack, all of it. It's still here, just chugging along. The ledger itself doesn't care what happens in the background with the SEC or what stupid Bitcoin maxi trolls think. And the XRP ledger doesn't care because it's not sentient. But the point being, though, but seriously, the technology, it just keeps chugging along here. And that brings us to this. The XRP becomes third largest holding in Bitwise index fund with 3.2% weight after relisting. XRP, the fifth most significant crypto project, has secured another major support. This time, XRP secured a listing with the acclaimed world's largest digital asset index fund manager, Bitwise. In particular, Matt Hugin, the chief investment officer at Bitwise Asset Management, shared the listing updates in a recent interview on the Thinking Crypto podcast. The podcast host, Tony Edwards, spotlighted the development in a recent tweet for the XRP Army. In the interview, Edward asked the Bitwise executive about the company's plans for XRP following recent developments from the lawsuit targeted at the digital asset. In response, Hugin confirmed that XRP has become a holding of Bitwise Asset Management, particularly the Bitwise 10 Crypto Index Fund, or BITW for short. Furthermore, Hugin noted that following the relisting, XRP became Bitwise's third most significant holding, commanding a 3.2% share. And he said, quote, "Yeah, it is a holding now of the Bitwise 10, so it is the third largest holding at a 3.2% weight," end quote. Now, again, this is stuff that we had been predicting would occur after XRP had legal clarity. And it seemed like a no-brainer analysis, and it was. But I'm just pointing out, here's the proof. We were right. It is happening. Money's flowing in. So when markets really heat up, there's just that much less XRP available for any of the retail holders because it's already been allocated by these institutions. How about that? Now, how about that? You can cash me outside. Take a look at this, though. And this is great. This is great for XRP, and it should be great for Bitcoin, though. But the headline here from Cryptopolitan: Bitcoin core developer ditches Lightning. What's the drama? And I don't need to read the whole article. There's a few bullet points, which I think will be sufficient for the purposes of this video. Reads as follows. Prominent Bitcoin figure Antoine Riard leaves Lightning Network development due to security concerns. The Lightning Network, introduced to enhance Bitcoin scalability, is threatened by replacement cycling attacks. These attacks exploit payment channel inconsistencies, hinting at deeper vulnerabilities within Bitcoin's architecture. And so I'm not going to read the whole email just for the sake of time. I don't think it's necessary to get some ideas across to you guys. But I read the email that was referenced here. I read this article and other articles about this. I looked into it a fair bit. And he's going back to working on Bitcoin Core. So he's actually working on the blockchain itself. That's where he thinks, because he's given up on Lightning Network. Let's just be real. This is what has happened. He doesn't think that it's salvageable. There are security concerns. He doesn't think it works. Now, there's also a bit of reporting that isn't quite precise. There is this from Whalewire, and a lot of people reporting stuff like this, 509 followers here. And Whalewire wrote the following: breaking. One of the top Bitcoin developers recently discovered a massive security risk in the Lightning Network, which triggered him to announce his departure from the project. He claims there's intentional backdoors in the code that allow attackers to easily get full control of the network. So it's got to pause right there. There's a possibility I missed something. If there is any proof that he said, or that there are intentional backdoors in the code of Lightning Network, bring it to me. I operate in good faith. I could miss stuff. That does happen. I haven't seen any proof of that whatsoever. I've seen literally zero proof of that. In fact, all of the material that I read, including the email, which he cites here, which I don't need to read in its totality for the purpose of this video again, I read the entirety of the thing. He doesn't make those claims. Not in that email that is being shared here by Whalewire. He does not make claims of intentional backdoors or anything like that. He brings up security concerns that render Lightning Network just useless effectively. So again, Bitcoin, the only thing Bitcoin can really do if you don't have a layer 2 technology is it can be a store of value. And then I don't want to go off on this. I've talked about this so many times. It is an interesting topic. It's like, can something just be a store of value? I'm skeptical of that because I think if there are things that do other things but can also be a store of value, like XRP, for example, I think the smart money eventually figures that out. And then the thing that can only be, a store of value would collapse. And I'm not 100% sure of that. I think that's a plausible theory. Because otherwise, it just sticks around purely because it's the first crypto ever? Maybe. I know standards matter, but and XRP or Bitcoin rather has become the standard for the standard crypto that everybody jumps to. I get it. I understand. It's hard to supplant a standard. But if you want to have it do more stuff, you need layer 2 technology. And you know what's so fascinating about this? And the Bitcoin maxis hate that this is true, but the problem's already been solved. It's not some sort of science experiment. The problem's been solved. Not with Lightning Network, because you just had this major developer say, "Bye, Felicia," on it. He got time for that. He's out of there. He's out of there. He's not developing Lightning Network anymore. It just doesn't work. He's thrown in the towel. But you know what does work is spend the bits. The problem has literally been solved. XRP Ledger, which is layer 1 technology, is being used as though it were, instead of a layer 1, it's being used as though it were a layer 2 technology. Because you can tokenize assets on the XRP ledger, which means that you can move a representation of Bitcoin on the XRP ledger. So rather than set up payment channels on Lightning Network, you have the representation of it on the XRP ledger, and you can spend it. The problem's solved. We know it works, and it works at scale. We know this for sure. It's out. It's done. But the Bitcoin maxis, even though this would help to save them, and the XRP ledger would help ensure the long-term viability of Bitcoin, and it would make it possible to actually spend it as real money today, the Bitcoin maxis won't have it. They won't have it, even though it would benefit them, at least not anytime soon. Maybe over time, sentiment changes, maybe. But they are nowhere even close to that right now. They despise XRP and the XRP ledger. And by the way, if that ever happens, if we have broad adoption of spin the bits utilizing the XRP ledger to move Bitcoin around, that requires XRP for every single transaction, quite literally. So for every Bitcoin transaction that's being used on that platform, XRP also gets used. And XRP also gets burnt for every transaction. And so there was Attorney John Deaton here who reposted that from WhaleWire. And Attorney Deaton, by the way, and I'd mentioned this on the channel before, and he'd been public about this for maybe several weeks or so ago, he announced this. He's actually recently invested in Spin the Bits, which again uses the XRP ledger as though it were a layer 2, which patches up the crappy layer 1 Bitcoin blockchain because it just doesn't work very well. And so here's what Attorney Deaton said. "Let me be clear and transparent. I am now involved in Spin the Bits as an angel investor and serve as its chief legal officer. Therefore, please accept my comments with that in mind. But a major reason I invested in Spin the Bits, or stated more accurately, invested in Jay, who is the founder of Spin the Bits, is my sincere and honest belief that it is a superior alternative to the Lightning Network for spending your Bitcoin." Now, folks, that could not be more obvious. And I'm telling you for real, as much as I give Bitcoin trouble, it's just because I'm a realist. It's not because I hold Bitcoin. I bought more recently for the first time in years. I even talked about that on the channel, and I articulated why I did that. Not a crazy amount, but some more. Just kind of topping off bags and such. But I like Bitcoin, but it has tremendous shortcomings. I want it to succeed, though. And here, this will help with the long-term viability. The solution is right here. We don't need the Lightning Network. We don't need it. And if they ever get it to work properly and without all these shortcomings, great. I'll be for that because, again, I'm pro-Bitcoin, period. That is it. I just am. I'm pro-Bitcoin. I want it to succeed. And it is succeeding to this point in terms of adoption, more money flowing and all that stuff. But as far as transacting Bitcoin, using it in place of fiat currency, use the XRP ledger for that. Use Spin the Bits for that. John Deaton is correct. And I'm telling you, if this really takes off in a massive way, on a massive scale, whew. And it should, by the way, because this is the actual, it's just not well known. It's just not, like, you know about this. You're listening. Almost no humans on the planet and almost no humans in the Bitcoin community even know about this because they hate XRP and the XRP ledger so much. And once you tell them to their face, they'll be very skeptical. But it does work. And it is true. And then we have this, because look, it's stupid to be a maximalist of any coin. And thankfully, there's almost 0% maximalists in the XRP community. There's almost none of us that are maximalists. Like, very rarely over my nearly 6 years in crypto have I come across an actual XRP maximalist. And then when I come across them, nothing on a personal level against them, but I just look at that and I'm shaking my head the same way I do at a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm like, what are you thinking there? How does that mean? There's one coin to rule them all? Like, what? Are you kidding me? I love XRP as much as the next guy, if not more. I mean, it's my largest individual crypto holding for many reasons. I couldn't be more pro XRP, but to be a maximalist of it? Come on, man. You lose me on that stuff. But, Ripple's not either. Look at this headline from the Crypto Basic. Ripple CEO, we believe XRP is efficient in many use cases, but we are not maximalist. And I don't really want to read the whole article. I kind of just wanted to touch on this and share a quote. And this is directly from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. We own a lot of XRP, and we think XRP is extremely efficient for many use cases, not all use cases. We definitely are not maximalists. We think that there's a place for Bitcoin. There's a place for a lot of other tokens and different use cases, end quote. Well, there you go. That seems like a reasonable approach. That's my approach to crypto. I don't need XRP to do everything. I buy other cryptos that aren't XRP also. I buy cryptos that have layer 1 functionality for smart contracts, which the XRP ledger doesn't. And the XRP doesn't have to have that. It doesn't. There's a place for a cryptocurrency like XRP that just by the nature of its incredible technology is fantastic for payments in general. It doesn't have to be all things to all people, and it can't be. It can't be ever. Let's be adults about this. But my God, it does just work. And that's especially in 2017 when I jumped in, it was even more rare back then. Now, back then there were only like 1,700 cryptos or something like that when I jumped in like November 2017. It was somewhere around there. And now there's over 20,000 cryptocurrencies. And I was just like, I found one that actually just works, and it makes business models possible that add value to the world that couldn't exist but for this technology. And that's when I had my aha moment. Like, but that doesn't mean I think XRP is the only cryptocurrency that makes sense. And so I'm glad Ripple's not like that either. Because look, you might as well operate in life with one hand tied behind your back if you're going to operate under this premise of, no, just one coin works. Whether it's Bitcoin or whether it's XRP or whatever you're a maximalist of. You're not helping yourself. And you're just in complete and utter denial. Even if you genuinely believe what you're saying, you've done a very poor analysis of the state of things. A very poor analysis. That is just not the case. There's not one crypto that will rule them, one coin to rule them. Absolutely not. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.